Oh my goodness, what's going on, everybody? You are hanging out with your pal Hal live right here on Backchannel. We're doing it, folks. We're really doing it. And you know what? It is the run up to the new year. Today is, oh my goodness, December 28th. You know what? It seems like yesterday it was December 27th because it was. It literally was. And yeah, the end of the year is upon us. You got a New Year's resolution for next year? Did you have one for this year? You still got what, 3 days? 3 days to get that thing out of the way, to check that box. Time's running out, folks. Almost 2022. Can't believe it. Very excited to be with you today. Thank you for joining us here on your Pal Hal show, right here on Backchannel. We're gonna be having we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna do some we're gonna have some goofs. We're gonna have some laughs. We're gonna be talking about news. We're gonna be talking about pop culture. We'll talk movies. We'll talk some TV shows. We'll talk some trending topics, and we're gonna answer this question. So we put this out there: wrong answers only. Wrong answers only. And we got some good responses, and we're gonna dive into that later. Wrong answers only. What is the name of the next COVID variant? And y'all responded, got some great answers on Twitter. If you want to put your answer in, go to Twitter, your pal Hal, at Hal Rudnick. I am Hal Rudnick, and you can answer our question. What is the name of the next COVID variant? Wrong answers only. So be as dumb as you want to be with your answer. Shout out to Kobe in Alabama, our pal down there. What up, Kobe? Great to hear from you. And Carlo, welcome to Carlo who joined the stream. And anybody who joined us, please go ahead and chat with us. Would love your participation in our show today. And there's a couple ways for you to do that. You can talk to your smart device. So get your smart device's attention, then use the magic word say, and then you can throw anything in after that. Smart device, say, my New Year's resolution was to complete law school in a year. And I did it. Or smart device, say, my New Year's resolution for next year is to take over the world by force with nuclear weapons. I mean, don't do that. Please don't do that. But let us know about it if that's exciting. I would love to break that exclusive. Or you can, again, chat with us on YouTube, or let us know what you got for Christmas. Let us know how your holiday weeks are going, and let us know what you're up to today. Are you working from home? Are you just sitting in your living room in your PJs, smoking a doober? What are you up to? I want to know. Are you hungover from a holiday party? Are you gearing up for a huge rager on New Year's Eve? Let us know what you're up to. Kobe is going to New York. Is you going to be traveling, Kobe? Very cool. I like to hear it. I want to know what's up with that. Let us. I love New York. I'm from New Jersey originally. I am coming to you though from the home office on the West Coast in Southern California, where it's 11:06. It's 2:06 on the East Coast, and it's 1:06 in Omaha, Nebraska. And helping us figure out what's going on and work our way through this live stream. Couldn't do it without producer Travis. Producer Travis, what's going on, my friend?
Well, I decided that I was sick of looking at these moving blankets I've been using for sound isolation, so I decided to get myself a background, much like you would find at maybe a J.C. Penney photo booth, if anybody remembers malls. But it's It's too short. It's not wide enough.
Gotcha. Maybe you just need to zoom in with your camera. Hello?
Nah, I'm gonna get more
Oh,
wall.
okay, okay. Because I have the green screen that I was using for a little while. It's I had that same problem, not wide
Yeah.
enough, so I just had to get up real close with the camera and move like just smush the field of view there,
Right.
and it worked. It worked somewhat,
My
but
only problem is like you now. My much like the small alien inside the big human in Men in Black that like passes away as soon as he's exposed to oxygen. My
yes,
laptop is hooked up to so very many things that pulling it
yes.
any direction would just everything. I think the power grid of the Los Angeles metropolitan area might shut down.
Oh geez. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't do that because that might affect me.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to do that. That's the opposite of my job.
Sure. Sure. Hey, Travis,
Yeah.
it's getting too hot in here. I got to shut the heat off. Can you fill the screen for 2 seconds? I'll be right back. Just
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah, tell people yeah, yeah, just hey, Rob Schaefer's in the house. Rob, I'll be right back. Travis, I'll be right back.
Right on. We got Hal here adjusting the heat. Meanwhile, Rob, if you're here, you missed my story about how I decided to pick up a background to take away from the I'm sitting in front of a bunch of moving blankets. So I got this white brick finish, but it's a cloth, like a photo background, and it is not this way enough. And you might ask, well, why not just turn it the other way, like long ways? However, at the bottom there is fake wood paneling as well, fake laminate. And, well, that's $15 well spent. Looks like Hal's back to save me from my shame.
Yo, it doesn't look too bad. Go big again.
Sure.
That actually kind of looks cool, like the divide there. Like that, it's interesting.
Does it look like I'm hiding from somebody?
No. Why do you say that?
I don't know. It
Oh,
seems
like
like
hiding against a wall?
Yeah, it seems like the corner of a building, and I'm just.
Oh, maybe, yeah, like the heat is just around the corner, the fuzz. And I will say this, if the heat is around the corner, if the fuzz is around the corner, meaning the police are looking for you, like you're having some legal issues, and you might be brought up on charges, you might end up on trial, you're going to want the best to defend you. And if you need a trial lawyer in or any type of lawyer, you've got some family law, you're finally going to get that divorce you've been looking forward to. You've been caught vandalizing the local trains and subways. Whatever you need to be defended from, or whatever legal questions you have, you could do no better in the greater Omaha area than Rob Schaefer, attorney at law.
Damn
Thank
it.
you, Travis.
All right, there we go.
Why'd you say damn it?
Oh, because it seemed like the microphone didn't unmute in time for that. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, it was. I think that was an abridged dun dun, but good enough. Good enough. You were there.
Appreciate that.
At least you were there fairly quickly. Fairly.
Yeah.
We need to just do it again. Okay.
Bare minimum one done.
Yeah, at least one dung, 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 dung. Travis, come on back in. So good news. I didn't wake up to find any poop in the house this morning.
That's always good news.
From the dog. Yeah, my dog Lil Wayne, aka Peter. He the night before last left several little dookies, several little poopies around the house, including a couple in the fireplace. And yeah, very unfortunate. But he's feeling a little better. I've only been feeding him white rice and scrambled egg.
That's good.
So just trying to keep it very light for him.
Go for that right now. Dang.
Oh, white rice and scrambled eggs?
Yeah, classic. Love it.
Listen, you start crapping on the floor.
Someone might make it for me.
Hmm. Otherwise, anything anything of note happened in the past 24 hours since I last saw you? In the past 22 hours, Travis, as we lead up to, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk about this again as we get
Hmm.
closer to Friday. Uh, any New Year's Eve? Oh yeah, you're going to a wedding. Tell us
Going to a
about.
wedding.
Yeah, so that's a bold move, by the way,
You're
to
telling me.
to get married and invite people, have your party in the pandemic. So Omicron is
Hmm.
going to, hopefully Omicron is not too present. Hopefully,
Virulent.
Omicron's Omicron's attendance is uh, is not requested
Hope they
at this,
RSVP. No.
right? But so that's a bold move, though. I'm picking a holiday we're having our anniversary. So
Yeah.
for the rest of your lives, anytime someone is going to have a New Year's Eve party, are you going to have to be like, nah, I'm doing we got our anniversary? It's like that butts up against things because every once in a while you're going to want to go to a rager or something,
Hmm.
right? Like that is, listen, I'll put this out there. I'm a sheep. I'm a sheeple. Okay, I'm a sap. I'm a sucker. I'm a sheep. I go along with what I'm told to do. I get vaccinated.
Hmm.
I give presents at Hanukkah or Christmas. I give I love you
All
card
part
and
of the
flowers
agenda.
on by uh big pharma,
Big.
big greeting card, big just big brother,
Yeah.
listen, I am in the system. I'm a consumer. I'm swiping my card. I have a barcode on my wrist, and we're all in it. I carry the cell phone so that I can be tracked. I am part of the machine. All right, is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. But so
Hmm.
in just ingraining like on St. Patrick's Day, I'll probably want to have a couple of beers. On um oh good question from Rob. We'll get to this when we talk more about your wedding
Hmm.
excursion.
Hmm. Hmm.
But like, I want to drink on New Year's Eve. I want to throw a few back and revel. I want to be a reveler because that's what I'm told to do. I'm told this on Valentine's Day, you must tell your significant other that you love them. On New Year's Eve, you must drink to bring in the new year. On Easter, eat candy, beep boop bop boop. You know,
Yeah.
uh,
All that. We all do. Yeah. I do that every year.
yes. If you're getting married on New Year's Eve,
Hmm.
it's like great. Um, you want to go out to a cool party, but it's like, oh yeah, got to celebrate with the old ball and chain. Like, save that for another special day that doesn't already have a party attached. Like another day that you make special. You know?
All
I
these are valid points.
I don't know. You know what? Could you please express my displeasure to the bride and groom?
I will do exactly that. And let me tell you, I've known these people. The groom is one of my best friends. I've known him since I was 14. And
What's his name?
Rob,
What's his address?
I'm. I don't think. I know our listeners, our viewership isn't as big as we'd like it, but I'll tell you this. He lives in the East Bay area. We'll zone it in there. You can find him in Concord,
Yes.
California.
Okay, I'm just funning. Kobe's asking who's getting married. So it's your friend Rob
Yeah.
and
My friend Rob and his long-time girlfriend Kelly, and I mean they've been dating for a decade plus at this point.
wow. So
Long
good for
overdue.
them to put a ring on it.
Yeah, and this was something they had planned to get done in 2020, and then COVID spoiled it, and they were just sort of eventually like, all right, you know what? We're just gonna have a party. We're gonna do it at my parents' house. There's gonna be like 12 people, and El Molino's gonna cater.
What's El
And
Molino? Oh, that's
it's
your favorite Mexican place?
one of my most favorite Mexican places. I have to rephrase that from what I said yesterday. One of my most favorite Mexican places, all of which are in Concord, California.
Gotcha.
Yeah, And
a lot of good Mexican places in LA, pal.
it's just the nostalgia. I don't know what it is. It's that fifth
Sure.
flavor, but whew, hard to beat.
Okay.
My concern was I feel like my New Year's Eve was a little co-opted, just a little tiny bit. It's like you're getting married. All right. And like, granted, I could feasibly go do something else after,
Right.
but I don't live there anymore. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this. How are you getting up there?
I'm gonna drive
Okay. And how are you getting to the wedding?
in the car I'm driving.
So, New Year's Eve wedding, and they don't have like a party van situation to shuttle people?
Nah, everybody is, I think, of the Bay Area is once you pass the age of 26, you're basically 35. You're sleepy.
Okay.
That's just how it goes. It's going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. A lot of longtime friends, but nobody's going to get absolutely wrecked. And if they are, they probably have someone who could cart them off if need be.
All right.
Yeah. Just
See,
how it goes.
I don't know. Maybe you know what? Maybe I have issues. Maybe I. But like if it was a wedding on New Year's Eve,
Mm-hmm.
and unless I was like on, taking a break or something, I would be like, oh, let's make it count.
Absolutely. And I think maybe just, the season and the time that we're in right now of things being inherently low key due to COVID. And I think more than anything, knowing them, they wanted to jump the gun on getting this done on New Year's Eve so that now and forever they'll have an excuse not to go to stuff on New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if anyone this weekend, God forbid, I may like to drink, but I do not drink and drive.
Of course.
I have had I have drank and driven before in my life. In when I was a much younger man,
Mm-hmm.
college, just out of college, in my 20s. But yeah,
Back before it was bad for you.
yeah, back before we didn't know better.
Yeah.
That was that's what our parents did. That's what everybody did.
Yeah.
Were there even laws against it? Yes, there were. It's always been bad. No, but I only Uber, and but God forbid you get behind the wheel, get behind the wheel after a few pops, after a few drinks, after a few rum and cokes, after a few vodka tonics, a couple of champagnes to toast the bride and groom, and you get pulled over, you blow a dirty breathalyzer, and you need someone to look after your best interests legally. You could do a lot worse. You cannot do better than Rob Schaefer, attorney at law.
I kind of felt that one halfway through. Felt the arc of it.
Sure. That's what I try to do. I try to give you that ramp up.
But fear not. The only thing I'll be drunk. Good Lord,
Oh, God.
I'm done. The only thing I'll be drunk on New Year's Eve is carne asada.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I mean, maybe actually, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a whole thing.
Oh, the food? You mean?
Oh yeah, it's going to
Sure.
be. Whew.
I mean, that's good. I mean, I'm glad to hear that you're looking forward to the food. Yeah, food on the wedding. That is, I had my wife and I had a pre-wedding party for our out-of-town guests and very close friends the night before the wedding at our favorite Mexican restaurant in Southern California.
What's
which
the
is
name?
Lares.
Where is it?
Lares. Lares on Pico in Santa Monica.
Thank you.
Yeah, do it. You won't regret it.
Done.
Yeah. During the pandemic, we would always order from them and go pick it up. We'd drive half hour, like we'd look at each other and we'd be like, tonight, Laris? Boom. We did
I love that.
And then wow, this just in from Rob Schaefer. My law firm has been voted the best DUI defense lawyers in the city for the last 3 years. Boom. However, I would rather someone pay for an Uber and save a life. Yes, Rob, that's, you know what? That's what makes you good counsel. You are you are selfless. You're selfless. You want the greater good first. You care about the greater good.
This
But
brings up a question for me.
yeah, hit it.
Is there an award ceremony for lawyers within the city? And is there different categories as if it were the
No,
Oscars or the Grammys?
no, here's how it works. All the drunks get together and be like, "Yeah, I got picked up. Me too. Yeah, I drank about a 12-pack of beer and then I got behind the wheel of my Dodge Charger and I was swerving all over the road. But Rob Schaefer, he's a straight shooter. Uh but the Better
Omaha
Business
sounds
Bureau, the
great.
town council. Uh, I mean, like you see these claims and things on like ads for attorneys. Like, yeah, but Rob, let us know who does vote on that. But I believe it. I believe it. Rob Schaefer. He seems to. They seem to be a stand-up firm. And listen, you can do no better than Rob Schaefer, attorney at law.
Oh crap! Hold on.
Great.
Right.
I got pulled over for drinking while driving once. I'll tell a quick story here.
Bummer.
I was in college. Listen. Oh, the award is based off a vote of Omaha Magazine. To celebrate the award, they sell us an ad in the magazine. Very nice. Rob, congrats. Here's to 3 more years in a row. Good on you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, by the way, Rob, I have one more question for you, if you are listening. What does it mean? Can I call you Rob Schaefer Esquire? What does that mean, Esquire? Because I see that it be next to a lot of attorneys' names. I don't know. I'm ignorant on many things, and I am curious. So I got pulled over in college after I drank about a 6-pack. While watching a movie. I remember what movie it was. It was the movie Dazed and Confused, the Richard Linklater movie with all those young stars in it. Matthew McConaughey. All right. And so by readers of Omaha Magazine. And so I got pulled over. I was with my girlfriend at the time, years and years ago. And I was definitely over the limit, and the police officers they could smell it on me. Oof. Oh, and I was also, and they pulled me over because I started going the wrong way down a one-way street. Also,
oh no.
Yes. Also, I was in a very dubious vehicle at the time. I used to drive a postal Jeep, like a mailman drives.
Oh, I used to drive an old cop car. This is great.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Yeah. My mom got that postal Jeep for me for like $400. So yeah, it was a rickety old postal Jeep going the wrong way. And it was just all sorts of bad. So they pulled me over and they knew something was up. And they made me do the field sobriety test, where you have to touch your nose, say the alphabet, walk in a straight line, 1 foot in front of the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I passed. I thought I was great, but they said, nope, we're going to breathalyze you. And they didn't have a breathalyzer there. They called in the breathalyzer. So in comes this urban legend I had heard. I heard that if you suck on a penny, you will blow clean on a breathalyzer.
Really?
That's what I heard. That was like, with all the goofy college kids and frat guys and whatever that I was hanging around with. I heard something like that. And as soon as the cops pulled me over, or as soon as I saw the lights, I put a little honey in the back of my mouth, back in my gum, like you would like a pinch of tobacco or something like that.
Whoa.
And putting a pin in the story, Rob Schaefer says Esquire means shield in Latin. So lawyers hundreds of years ago started using the term because lawyers are the shield of the people against the tyranny of government.
That's so cool.
Some some damn good info from Rob Schaefer. Rob, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for that. Rob Schaefer, Esquire. I like it. So I had that penny in my mouth. The breathalyzer comes probably like a half hour, 20 minutes after I'd gotten pulled over, after, I didn't pass the field sobriety test to their liking. And I still had this penny in my mouth, right back here, deep in my cheek, like a pinch of chewing tobacco. And they got the breathalyzer, took it. Mind you, I had about 6 beers. I am not a large man. Blew into that thing, clean.
That is nuts.
And the officers, the police officers, were vexed, dumbfounded, and angry. They did not like the fact that I passed that breath. They wanted to haul my ass in. They wanted to
so, it sounds like.
Yes, rightfully so. Listen, the cops were in the right here. They were serving the public good, getting a maniac off the road. Meanwhile, all I wanted to do was just wanting to drive home to my apartment, but on campus. But so I passed the breathalyzer, and they couldn't do anything. So they insisted that I walk away from my vehicle. They would not let me drive. So I started walking down the road, and I went across it was like kind of a like field. It was like not abandoned, but it was like a country road with just like fields on either side, where they pulled me over. And there was a baseball field. There was just grassy, maybe a little bit of farmland, and then there was a baseball field across the road. I went across the street to the baseball field, and then I sat there on the baseball field, kind of just watching them. With my girlfriend was with me as well, and we were watching the cops, and then the cops eventually left, and then I ran back across the street, got in the mail truck, drove home.
That's incredible.
Woo!
What a caper. That is National Lampoon worthy.
Thank you. Yeah, I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson, though. Well, you know what? I didn't learn my lesson because I did, I was dumb, but at my age now, I know better. You got to grow out a certain stupidity sometimes. And believe me, I've had plenty of stupidity in my life. Where I could say, all right, been there, done that. Don't ever got to do that again. Nope. Yep. Got it. I've fit plenty of living in my years, and
that sounds like it.
Yeah. So, but bottom line, don't drink and drive. Call an Uber.
Can I amend with a very short version of my own story? My version of that story.
Yeah. What do you got, pal? What do you got, Travis? Producer Travis.
Back in the summer of 2016, when basically considered by all the tipping point when everything started being bad forever, I was in a local theater production in which I had met a girl, and we were very fond of each other, and we began dating. That production also had my recent ex in the show. That was a disaster. But anyways, after the show concludes, she's going to go to New York to pursue theater.
God bless her.
In the fall, and I'm not, so it's this whole thing of we got X amount of time to really make the most of this, and so we were just seeing each other all the time. We were not sleeping, and one time she was over, and she was like, I have to get home, and it was 2:30 in the morning. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go. And I think at this point I'd slept maybe 6 hours for the course of 3 days or something, and this is at the house where that guy that's getting married still lives. Anyways, get on the freeway. I'm about to drive from Concord to Berkeley, California.
Wow.
And I am tired. I am sleepy. I am barely hanging on. And the highway has that hypnotic effect. Uh-oh. And all of a sudden, I see lights behind me. And I wasn't swerving. And I was like, all right, well, we'll see how this goes. So I was pulled over. I was pulled over because I was going too slow.
Aha.
I was going a solid 45 on the freeway, and they were like, "This guy has to be blasted." And I was like, "I'm tired." And they were like, "Go to bed."
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. And so you got away with just
Yeah,
to go to bed.
that was my punishment, was take a nap. And yeah, but they were the conviction with which they approached my car. They were like, "Do you do you have any idea how slow you were going?" Like, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pulled over not for speeding,
Nope.
but for going too slow.
Too
You know
slow.
what? I'm glad you got out of that unscathed. I'm
Oh
glad you
yeah.
got out of that unscathed. Nicely
Also
done.
learned my lesson. Take a nap before you drive. Every time.
Oh yeah, because when those eyelids get heavy, you become a danger to everybody on the road.
Yeah, it's about the same as driving drunk.
Oh my goodness. Yep. That's that's why I will take a Ritalin and Adderall cocktail every time I get behind the wheel,
Right.
whether it's to run to the supermarket and back or to go on a road trip. Just kidding. I don't take those
And
things.
then I do a
Uh,
line of Ambien when I get home for the come
oh
down.
yeah, yeah. You got to balance it out. It's all about
Yeah.
balance. It's all
Yeah.
about
Vitamins.
moderation. Do you remember that? Do you remember that pill, Vivarin? It's like caffeine pill.
No, I don't.
Vivarin was a thing. Uh,
Vivarin.
yes, back in the day. Uh, like if you don't like if you want the effects of like 5 cups of coffee, but
Oh no.
you don't like the taste of coffee, then
Oh,
take
it's just
Vivarin.
caffeine. It's just caffeine.
Did you look it up?
I have looked it up. It is still a thing, and it has a
Wow.
very looks like a hazard sign website.
Yikes.
'Cause everything about this screams workplace hazard sign.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, Travis.
Mm-hmm.
I could chit chat about drunk driving all day. Don't want to though. Let's jump into the Twitterverse, the Twitter sphere, whatever you want to call it. We are going to see what is trending. What's trending in the Twitterverse? And first off, we got yeah. So listen, the gift that keeps on giving, and by gift I mean nightmare, COVID. So New York has enacted some strict COVID laws. You got to be vaxxed, and you got to show proof of vaccine, I guess, to go into any restaurants or businesses in New York. Is that what it is, Travis? What? Let's. Can you do me a favor and look up like New York vaccine rules or New York COVID rules while we're talking about it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, apparently you got to have that proof. And it's like that here in Los Angeles, largely as well. I got a haircut a couple of weeks ago, my first haircut during the pandemic. I had been cutting my own hair. Uh, oh, Kobe, I love coffee every day, but I respect your choice. Kobe says they hate coffee and can't get enough of it. Can't get enough. But it's an acquired taste. Maybe give it a couple of years, Kobe. I can't live without it. So I had to show my proof of vaccination at various restaurants. I had to show it at the when I got my hair cut. So it's just I'm just used to it at this point. It's just part of the process. So New York. Oh, did you find that, Travis? Okay. So people ages 5 to 12 are required to show proof that they have received at least one dose of COVID-19 vaccine, and people 12 and older must show proof of 2 doses, except for Johnson and Johnson recipients. For indoor dining, indoor fitness, indoor entertainment, and certain meeting spaces. Yeah, so if you want to go to the movies, if you want to go see the Knicks, the New York Rangers, the Brooklyn Nets, etc. You gotta show you gotta be vaxxed. And yeah, indoor dining. So cut to, there was a big the anti-vaxxers staged a big thing in Burger King the other day. Okay, let me time out. This is not a new thing that I'm about to say here. But if you're gonna put Burger King in your body on the regular, no offense, Burger King has some delicious offerings. I'm a fan of their chicken sandwich, the Chiking. It's a tasty chicken. It's a nice cut of chicken. It's a tasty breaded chicken sandwich, just below, like a notch or two below Popeyes. If you can't find a Popeyes, the Burger King Chiking. There you go. But I will say, if you're going to put Burger King in your body, the vaccine, maybe you got bigger fish to fry. All right? Like the chemicals, the processed foods, the steroids that they give all the animals and everything. That's yeah, you're putting chemicals in your body that you don't know. So if you're gonna, don't die on the vaccine hill. Talk to the man in the mirror first, or the woman or the person in the mirror, and figure out, like, do a little housekeeping before you go ruining everybody. Listen, I just dropped into Burger King to get a Whopper Jr. and some fries. Now I got to hear this nightmare. So 5 anti-vax protesters arrested after storming the New York City Burger King. And here's the, and this shows you the quality of person, because I will say this, that I don't think all anti-vaxxers are, or people who don't want the COVID vaccine are necessarily like cuckoo or crazy. I do think if you are going to go that route, you need to be vigilant about getting tested and wearing a mask. But one of these morons that was arrested at the Burger King leading this protest was at the Capitol on January 6th. I don't know if you can find that, Travis, that information on this guy that was just a D bag with a capital D. This guy that was at this guy who is a traitor insurrectionist on one of the worst days ever. Rob Schaefer with some comments here. Why are we still focusing on positive cases instead of hospitalizations or deaths from it? I just don't understand why an asymptomatic case should count the same as one that results in death. No, Rob, you have a good point, because and that's what's so vexing about this, about COVID, because if this variant is like, I don't want to make light of, of the death and the horrors that this thing has wrought, not just death, but the financial ruin it's brought to so many businesses and people during the pandemic. It's been just it's checked a lot of boxes as like where it's brought bad news to. But Rob makes a good point. If it's an asymptomatic or a less powerful variant, then is there a way to just like be a little bit more judicious with our reaction? Does it have to be as stringent? But and then he says, if you eat at Burger King, you probably already have COVID. Perhaps. Or just like taking care of your body is not number one on the list. Okay. And so, yeah, here's a tweet from Patriot Takes. And there it is. The man storming Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, and Burger King has been identified as January 6th rioter Mitchell Bosch. Yeah. And like, so you're going to follow that guy? I don't think so. Yeah. Jackass extraordinaire. So that's what's going down in New York. And again, I don't I'm not going to plant my flag and say get vaxxed or you're like this or that, but I will say be respectful of everyone around you. Like proceed with kindness and respect. And part of that is, you know, like wearing a mask is not a big deal. Getting tested if you choose to not get vaccinated. Like, so proceed with awareness of your fellow humans. All right, getting off my soapbox there. Oh, but staying in the COVID realm, the quarantine has shifted a little bit here. The quarantine regulations. So Alex and Aiden joining us. Great to see you. Thanks for hanging out here with your pal Hal on Backchannel. Yeah, so the CDC cuts the recommended isolation period for people with COVID-19. Here we go. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, on Monday shortened the recommended isolation time for people infected with COVID-19 from 10 days to 5 if they are asymptomatic. So there you go. That goes to what we were talking about with Rob there. And the CDC says the updated guidance is in keeping with the growing evidence that people with the coronavirus are most infectious in the first 2 days before and 3 days after symptoms develop. The announcement comes as the nation is contending with a new coronavirus wave driven by the highly transmissible Omicron variant. Okay. So, yeah, there it is. What you need to know for asymptomatic COVID-19 infection, CDC is shortening the recommended time for isolation to 5 days, followed by 5 days of mask wearing. If exposed to COVID-19, unvaccinated people or those who are not yet boosted should quarantine for 5 days, followed by 5 days of mask use. Individuals who have received their booster shot do not need to quarantine following an exposure, but should wear a mask for 10 days. There you go. So, if you're looking how to if you're looking at how to take care of your COVID, God forbid you have COVID, then there are your new suggestions, requirements from CDC. Yeah, and that's a real bummer. I got a buddy who went to the East Coast for big family. He lives out here in California. Took his wife and kids back to see the family in Pennsylvania, and he tested positive for COVID. And he was at a big family Christmas gathering with elderly people, with kids, and he didn't want to be the Pied Piper of Omicron. So he quarantined. He had to quarantine for Christmas. And that's sad. That's a sad Christmas. That's a bummer. So, yeah, but good on him for being responsible. Imagine like you don't want to give grandma COVID. That's the gift that's the gift that no one wants. It is 11:46 here on the West Coast in the home office of the Your Pal Hal show on Backchannel. It's 2:46 on the East Coast. It's 1:46 in Omaha, Nebraska. On the East Coast, we're going to be with you till 4 p.m. In Omaha, Nebraska, we'll be with you till 3 p.m. And here on the West Coast in the home office, my home office, going to be with you till 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Your Pal Hal. And please, if you're hanging out with us, go ahead and communicate with us, okay? I would love for you to participate in what we're doing here. You can participate by going on, if you're on YouTube, you can chat with us there. Or if you're listening to us through your smart device, get your smart device's attention, use the magic word say, and then you can put in anything after that. Smart device, say, I have COVID. Smart device, say, I wish Omicron would go away. Smart device, say, I love Burger King. Whatever you want to tell us, please. I would love to hear it. And if you are so inclined, go to backchannel.tv, and leave a review of Your Pal Hal. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want more of. Tell us what you want less of. And yeah, we'll listen. Would love to hear your thoughts. All right. Just let's see what is anything else trending here in the Twitterverse. Okay. All right. Shaved head's going to be the look of 2022. Oh my goodness. All right. I don't know if you can click on this there, Travis, if you see this, but oh, look at these beautiful shaved heads. So, Travis, we were talking about fast food.
Yes.
McDonald's, they, well, you know, they probably done away with the Travis Scott meal because Travis Scott went through a lot of trouble with the Astro World tragedy. But they had the Sweetie meal, hip hop and R&B star Sweetie. And did you hear that Sweetie shaved her head?
I am reading that now. Actually, I just found that same trending topic here. Weep.
Demi Lovato and Sweetie just debuted shaved heads. Are full buzz cuts going to be the look of 2022? Travis.
Yes.
Don't tell me that we don't do hard news. This is the real news, okay? 10 celebrities who shaved their heads and who looked absolutely amazing. All right, I'll be the judge of that. Let's take a look at these chrome domes. Let's take a look at these celebs with the shaved heads, and we'll see. Did they look amazing, or should they have thought twice about losing their locks? All right. Demi Lovato, I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'm a little bit over Demi Lovato because I respect Demi Lovato. They are a talented singer. I guess they were on a Disney show, but they have a lot of it seemed like knee-jerk reactions to things that are a little bit incendiary, and like they seem like a person completely without a filter, and and I don't know. Sometimes it helps to mix in a filter. Wish them the best, though. Demi Lovato. Although I do want to see their show about they are trying to make friends with ghosts or stick up for the rights the rights of ghosts on their new ghost finding show. That's interesting. But yeah, they are. I'm a little bit over Demi Lovato. Sweetie, I think Sweetie looks pretty dope. Yeah. Okay. So Sweetie is killing it with the shaved head look. Zayn Malik, you know what? Metza. So on Zayn Malik. He got in a little hot water with he and Gigi Hadid. I know way too much about this crap. I apologize. Kobe says, "Where's my dog?" Oh, Lil Wayne is downstairs. He's a good boy, by the way, Kobe. Lil Wayne is a good boy, and maybe he might make another guest appearance. He was well behaved when he was in the room the other day, but I just had to keep an eye on him. My wife insisted that I keep an eye on him because she didn't want any more poops around the house. And yeah, can't blame her for that. All right, let's look at some more of these shaved domes. Zayn Malik, yeah, Zayn Malik, the former One Direction guy. Listen, not unhandsome. So okay, but I consider it less of a big deal if it's a guy that shaves his head than a woman, because that's like just a bolder move. Dudes, I shaved my head once, Amanda Stenberg, they shaved their head, and Looks good. Looks good. That's more of like a short hair cut, but cool. And there you go. There you go. Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal's had a buzz cut before. He was in. He's been in movies where he had to play like a soldier and stuff. Natalie Portman. That's an old picture. So that's like V for Vendetta. Old. Solange Knowles. Okay, this is all old pictures. It's not. I call BS. Kristen Stewart looks. I don't know. Kristen Stewart looks a little weird. I love Kristen Stewart. Like I am so like into Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson and their post Twilight careers. I think they're freaking great. I don't like. I'm not a fan of that look. Cara Delevingne. She looks all right. She looks all right. Got enough hair on them eyebrows to make up for what she lost on the dome. You know what I'm talking about? She's got thick eyebrows. I'm not saying that's anything anybody don't know. She looks great. Keanu Reeves. All right. Oh, he shaved his head in the new Matrix movie. There's a scene with that. All right, there you go. So I call BS on all that crap. No. Trending for no good reason. For no good reason. Shaved heads are not the new look for 2022. Travis, have you ever shaved your head?
I don't believe so.
Gotcha.
I shaved my head when I was like a kid, but yeah.
Gotcha. I shaved my head when I was in my 20s. I just. I also dyed my hair in my 20s. I dyed it blue.
Nice.
Had to I bleached it and then dyed it, and then it went from like blue to green to yellow to blonde.
The life of hair dye. I had to do that once for a show, and boy, howdy, was it not great.
Oh yeah. You ever have long hair, Travis?
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, me too. Me too. In college. I had some long ass hair. It is 11:54. Let's move over to our deep dive. Okay. We every day we look at something in the Twitterverse, either an account, a hashtag, a trending topic, and we do a deep dive into it. And today, we're going to do a deep dive into a sponsored hashtag that we are not. This is not a paid endorsement. This is not a paid advertisement. Kobe says they never shave their head. Yeah, keep those locks flowing, Kobe. Oh, Travis, your friend just arrived in the chat. Vumnyo. So,
yeah.
Yes. Today's deep dive is the hashtag Viva la Vodka from Grey Goose. We are going to check out this hashtag Viva la Vodka from Grey Goose, and I am going to read many of these in a drunken voiced character. All right, I'm gonna pretend to be a drunk guy and read these Grey Goose tweets. All right, let's go. Enjoy your National Espresso Day. We got the cocktails covered. Viva la Vodka! Grey Goose. It's a Grey Goose wave, and I'm gonna ride it. Viva la Vodka! Look at this broad. Oh my God. Look at her just pouring that Grey Goose into that pitcher. Oh, brother. What is she going to make? Some kind of vodka punch? What? She'll make some jungle juice? What is this woman doing? If you could see this woman pouring a bottle of Grey Goose into just a pitcher. I hope she chases that with some orange juice or something. What is that? Got a big tankard, a screwdriver for a little what is that? Mommy's wake up juice? Travis, is that mommy's wake up juice? The mommy needs a wake up juice. Daddy needs his medicine. Mama need medicine. Go get mama her medicine. All right. Keep scrolling. Travis, thank you. Starting early. Viva la vaca. Burp. There's a clip from AbFab. Absolutely fabulous. Funny show. Worth checking out. How about a lovely flower vodka tonic? Viva la vaca. Look at that. Oh, Travis, can you come in here, please? I have a very important question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever eaten any of these edible flowers?
Sure.
Do you ever see that?
Yeah.
Like people will put them in a salad sometimes, or sometimes they'll be like on a fancy dish, like it may be in like a drink such as this, an edible flower. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts or opinions on edible flowers?
All right. It's one of those things where more often than not I go, huh. I wonder if that was supposed to be in there. And then I keep going.
I hate edible flowers.
Really?
I don't like them. I want to keep your damn flowers out of my food. I'll put it off to the side. I will move it to the side of the plate. I will put it off the plate and on the table.
Wow.
I'm not going to eat the edible flower. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want any floral. I don't want that sweet floral perfumey flower, even if it's just kind of a bland flower. Don't want that either. You know what? And I'll go even further. I hate parsley. I don't like garnish. I don't like, you know what? You could take that garnish and you can stick it where the sun don't shine. How do you like that, Travis?
This is a lot of heat out of the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. I don't like garnish on my food. I don't like a sprig of parsley. Oh, like sometimes people put like pine needles and garbage on your food.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line. Pine needles. I'm good off pine needles forever.
I'm good on garnish forever.
Yeah.
All right? That's your Pal Hal hot take of the day. Chiron, please. Your Pal Hal hot take of the day. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Travis. Unless you want to. All right. They don't call him the best Chiron guy in the biz for nothing.
Work on the subtitle, but there we go.
Pew, 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 pew. Hot take of the day. Take your garnish and... You know what? Take your garnish. Get the hell out of here. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Yeah, I said that. Anyway, let's keep going with this stupid bit. We're having fun. All right. Write your story now. Take a bold step and change your status today. Don't deliberate on it for too long. It's either you're in or you're out. You're winning or not. No sitting on the fence. Bitcoin, crypto, viva la vaca. Okay, first off, this was someone, I don't know what the hell this person is. Can you click on this person's account, please? This is like a crypto, gaming, like Jason fixed odds message. Okay, and there's a number there. If you're not willing to risk the usual, let me see that. If you're not willing to risk the usual, then you will settle for the ordinary. Yes, be bold. Fortune favors the bold. For your 100% fixed matches or what's all right, let's get out of here. Let's go back to this is just like some crypto / gambling something who's just trying to ride the trending hashtag, trying to catch a little bit of trying to sail on that trending hashtag. Was this guy chill goose stir twist the teeny gray goose. that was hard for me to read. uh, Viva la vaca. What else we got here, Travis? At 12:02, we are reading hashtag Viva la vodka from Grey Goose. Countdown to something delicious. Viva la vodka. Grey Goose. I'm drunk. Too much goose. Quack, quack. I'm a goose. Good morning. Today, I choose to smile. Today, I will work towards my dreams. Today, I will not let people discourage me. Today will be a good day. Mom life, my dream, Tuesday motivations, Viva la vaca. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, so this woman who, can we scroll back down to see that the wording on that tweet, please? Yeah. So this woman, who's blonde lady, fashionably dressed, she's got this motivational tweet about good morning. Today I choose to smile. I will work towards my dreams. I'm not going to let people discourage me. And then it's like, yeah, because of vodka, mom life and vodka. Like, I don't know if she's just trying to get again. She's trying to draft on the tailwinds of this Viva la Vodka hashtag, because like this is about motivation and moms, and then it's like, oh yeah, hard alcohol. Like, I think this is called unintentional comedy, because it's like, oh yeah, her motivation comes from getting getting a buzz on from Grey Goose. What a dope. Jessica Davis, listen, I love you, gal. I'm wishing you the best. I respect, you're a mom. I bet you're a great mom too, but you're also a dope. Because Travis, isn't this what is this woman a dope or no?
Absolutely. This is unless this is a bit, which it isn't, but it's. I wonder if there's anybody commenting on this.
Is there?
Nope. Just
cute style. Nice.
This is where sometimes I just
like just dumb as hell. Just dumb as hell. Yeah. Like mom life motivation. Viva la vodka.
Viva la vodka. Disney mom life, content creator, dreamer. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Keep dreaming, Jess. Keep dreaming.
Let's see
a couple.
Are functioning alcoholics.
I mean, it's kind of like the classic cliche of like the soccer mom showing up with her sippy bottle to the game, and it's got a little bit of mama's red wine, a little bit of mama's red. Mommy needs mommy juice.
Another thing I find funny about this is the idea is like, oh my God, Grey Goose is so good. And it's like, isn't the whole point of vodka? It's just clear, like it doesn't. It's just drunk juice that you can impart flavor onto.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no, because you're gonna some vodka, if it's not well distilled and it doesn't have the impurities taken out, it's going to be harsh and gross. Some's going to be just crisp and lovely. That's why you're either going to want to pay for a high-end vodka, or you're going to want to take your crappy vodka and put it through your Brita filter.
Oh, and yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and that'll take out some of the impurities and make it taste a little crisper and cleaner. But vodka can have a taste, but yeah, it is popular with mix. Yeah, but like, yeah, I'm not going to go drinking vodka straight up like I will whiskey or something like that. I mean, that's just me. Okay, so by the way, Travis, I got to say this. We're having fun with this hashtag. We're reading people's responses to it, and we're making fun of the Grey Goose. But here's the thing, Grey Goose, if you would like to actually advertise on this show, I will gladly do the entire 2 hours of your Pal Hal show drunk on Grey Goose or just drinking Grey Goose, even though I will have to immediately probably take a nap after the show. My chips will be cashed for the rest of the day. Like, I am not good at day drinking and then doing anything else. It's very rare, if ever, that I will day drink. And on the, like, maybe with brunch or something, or maybe if I meet some friends at a bar for a football game or something, but it's very rare. But I will do it for you, Grey Goose, if you want to sponsor the Your Pal Hal show. Not only that, as I will drunkenly sing your praises on the air. Additionally, I will excoriate your competition. Absolute vodka, absolute trash.
Whoa.
Sky vodka. It doesn't belong in the sky. It belongs in a landfill. Okay. Other vodkas, PU. Smirnoff, more like smear that crap on the wall. You know what I mean, Grey Goose. Smirnoff, more like smear cough. Yeah. I'll be a goose boy. I will dress up like a goose. I would love to dress up like a goose. So, Grey Goose, please sponsor the Your Pal Hal show. That was Your Pal Hal begs for a sponsor. It is 12:08 in the afternoon here in the home office, Los Angeles, California. I am Your Pal Hal, aka Hal. Coming up, we're going to be talking movies, we're going to be talking TV shows, and we're going to get to our Wrong Answers Only segment, where we got a lot of people on Twitter chiming in with their answer, with their wrong answer to what will the name of the next variant, the next COVID variant be? Wrong Answers Only. Kobe says, I'm funny. I appreciate that, Kobe. And they say they want to see, I think they want to see me drunk on Grey Goose. And TBD. That only if we get a sponsor that demands it. All right. So coming up now, we've got a couple of we got Recs and Reviews. Recs and Reviews. So I watched a couple of things that I would love to talk about here to you. Yesterday, well, actually, I watched it in two parts. The new Adam McKay movie, Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up features Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Mark Rylance, Meryl Streep, Jonah Hill, Ariana Grande, and it is more or less an allegory for climate change, but also I think there's some a little bit of stuff that resonates as far as the whole COVID situation that we're going through. And Don't Look Up follows two scientists, Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, as they discover a comet that's hurtling towards Earth. And this comet is big enough to cause a cataclysmic world-ending event as it hits the Earth. And it's absolutely, first and foremost, an allegory for climate change and people telling us that we need to change our evil ways in regards to the climate and take action. Otherwise, the Earth is not going to be around forever. And I enjoyed this film. I think it's worth watching. But it's, it is a mixed bag. I think sometimes during this film, the commentary, the socio-political commentary, the environmental commentary really hits home. Like, it threads the needle. It hits the bullseye. And then sometimes the commentary is really ham-fisted, and it's like, you're trying very hard to be funny here. And it was not. And the vexing thing about this movie, which I do recommend watching, I really enjoyed it at the end of the day. Too long though. I watched it in 2 sittings. That's the beauty of Netflix. You can watch half before you go to bed, and then you can watch half the next day. So there you go. I watched it in 2 sittings. But one of the vexing things tonally is that it'll nail the tone. Like, it'll be like, yes, I am with this. It is funny. It is on point. And then in the very next scene, or in the same, literally the same montage, it'll have something that, like, oh, you just kind of pulled the rug out from under the reality you just created. And the message that you were attempting to impart to us just got overwhelmed by how over the top, like, the movie exists in this one universe, and then you just did something where it's like, oh yeah, that is so unbelievable when next to everything else that you just set up. So there's that. And then additionally, uh, let's talk about some of the performances here. I'll tell you, okay, real quick, I'll tell you who I didn't like. Uh, Timothy Chalamet. Listen, Timothy Chalamet, a dreamboat. Okay, if you're gonna score handsome points, give him all the points. Love him in Dune. I generally like Timothy Chalamet, but he's got a kind of a shoehorn storyline that comes like 3/4 of the way through the movie that I just did not vibe with. I don't know. It just felt a little forced, a little shoehorned. I don't know. And like, he was clearly wearing I didn't like the wig they had him in either. It's just, I don't know. For some reason that really got the Timothy Chalamet in this movie really got under my nerve, got under my skin, got on my nerves. But I'll tell you who I loved. And when I say loved, Academy Award loved, Mark Rylance. Can you get a picture up of Mark Rylance in this movie, please, Travis? So Mark Rylance plays this amalgamation of Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. He's this visionary tech entrepreneur who's got the plan to stop this comet headed towards Earth. And Mark, yes, there he is. That picture on the right there, if you've got a visual. Mark Rylance in this movie is next level good. He plays this quirky, odd tech billionaire who is so quirky and idiosyncratic, and just all of his choices, everything he's doing, so weird and so funny. And like, I love Mark Rylance, and I want to apologize to him as well, because having never seen the Steven Spielberg Tom Hanks movie Bridge of Spies, that Mark Rylance won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for several years ago, I was upset because Sylvester Stallone did not win Best Supporting Actor for Creed. And I just now want to apologize to Mark Rylance, because this was one of my favorite performances of the year. He was so weird. Like, everyone in the movie was playing checkers and he was playing 3D chess. So worth it for Rylance. I also like Meryl Streep and Jonah Hill's relationship in the movie. She's the president and he's her son, who was also her chief of staff, and it's very much reminded me of the dopey relationship of Donald Trump and his kids, because trying to, like, bring that, especially Ivanka and everything. Like, one of my, like, some of the dopiest pictures from the last 4 or 5 years is Ivanka Trump trying to, like, weasel her way into conversations between, like, Angela Merkel and, like, the world leaders, at like G8 summit or whatever. It's just idiotic. So I really like this the narcissistic dopes played by Meryl Streep and Jonah Hill were very funny. So overall, I think the movie's got something good to say. It often does it very well. It roasts, it parodies social media, just media in general, and our basically how we politicize science. I mean, science is like, without science, what do we know? What do we have? Like, we're blind. So I enjoyed at the end of the day, I enjoyed this movie. Don't Look Up. You can watch it on Netflix now. Worth checking out. Not perfect, but worth it. Let's talk about it's only got 55% on the tomato meter there. 77% audience score. Count me in that positive audience score right there. I think this is a pretty good movie, and I enjoy Adam McKay. Listen, it's not as funny as Step Brothers. It's not as on point as The Big Short, but it's a fun it's a fun movie that I will recommend at the end of the day. Okay, one other show, a TV show that I want to talk about, also Netflix. Is a show called Hellbound. Hellbound. This is a Korean show, and it's killing it on the tomato meter. It's got a 97% here, 72% audience score. This was a weird show tonally. It's got many different flavors. It's like police procedural, supernatural. It felt like you got a little bit of The Walking Dead in there. You got a little bit of Handmaid's Tale in there. It's like so many different shows, but essentially there's the Earth is set upon by this crazy phenomenon of people being visited by a giant demon head that says to them, "You are going to die this day and time," and it tells you when you're going to go to hell. And then giant demons at that day and time attack you and brutally kill you. Like these demons, they're pretty cool looking. They look like the Incredible Hulk meets Venom. They're really rad. And but it causes mass chaos in the world because all of a sudden God or the devil or a demon is sending these demons to get people. And this show is about the hysteria that's caused by this and people trying to manipulate it for their own purposes, and then people uh trying to live a pure life because they're afraid if they're sinners they're going to be pulled to hell by these creatures. And it's absolutely a like an allegory or like a parable for the world we live in, and how people become self-righteous and they want to impart what they believe onto other people. And you can make the allegory for religion, or some people maybe with politics, or even with COVID stuff. Like it's something that it's a wild premise. Creatures from hell killing people and how the public reacts to it. But it absolutely resonates with just the idea of the mob rule, or like a dangerous kind of mob mentality. And it's really well done. And again, it's a Korean show. We just had a Korean show become an international phenomenon in Squid Game. And this is totally different, but similar, like kind of wild dystopian territory. So it's got that similarity. So just there's maybe a touch of that just because it's a similar genre, dystopian vision. But it's absolutely its own thing. And Hellbound, and I watched the hell out of Hellbound. It I binge watch it in a day and a half. It's like 6, 7 episodes, and you can cruise through this thing, and it just kept me going. I was on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. And, uh, I don't know, did I like it better than Squid Game? I might have even liked it better than Squid Game, and I enjoyed the heck out of Squid Game. So Hellbound is available on Netflix, and you can hear me talk a little bit more about Hellbound along with my good pal Lon Harris on our podcast, Binge Boys. Binge Boys is a podcast where you can find wherever you get your podcasts. And it's also produced by your friend and mine, producer Travis. So, producer Travis, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hellbound, yes. You can find Binge Boys wherever you get your podcasts. And that is our Recs and reviews for today. Now, I would like to shift gears and talk about, listen, it's about to be the new year, 2021. Johnny joined the stream. Johnny, thank you for being here. Kobe said he wants to see one of the things that we're talking about. Great, Kobe. Recommend it. I recommend everything. I recommend everything I just recommended. Thank you. And we are coming up on the year of our Lord, 2022. And you know what that means? It's time for 2021 best lists, 10 best. So let's click around here, and I want to find what some of the I want to find a best movies 2021 list. All right. So I had one on Metacritic that here we go. Best of 2021 Film Critic Top 10 lists. Okay. Metacritic is very similar to Rotten Tomatoes. There we go. That's the list I was looking for, Travis. Thank you. If you want to scroll down to their 10, and they have 20. So let's let's walk through those. Let's scroll to the bottom of this list, and let's just kind of walk through. So how many are on this? Yeah, great. So, I want to scroll to the bottom of this list. Oh, yeah, there we go. Thank you, sir. All right, so here are the top 30. And these are, so Metacritic aggregates films and lists and ratings similar to Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm going to run through this real quick, just ticking out like ones that jump out to me, and then we'll hit the top 10 a little harder. Okay, number 29, The Velvet Underground. Velvet Underground is great. Like, this is a music documentary that lets the music take control. It showcases the music, and it's so stylishly done in such a cool way about the influential seminal band, The Velvet Underground. Lou Reed, Nico, they just very experimental, and they worked with Andy Warhol. So there was like very artistic, and also this is weird to say, because when you think of cool has been defined many ways, many times. James Dean, and then you got Snoopy's Joe Cool. That's the dumb example. But then, like, what else defines cool? You had Fonzie back in the day, or like, Jimi Hendrix is cool. But the Velvet Underground, they had a certain style, like these black leather jackets, New York City, just kind of living on like the dark, dirty side of life a little bit. the gritty side of life, gritty city living. That's what Velvet Underground really, they distilled that as part of their brand. And this documentary on Apple Plus, directed by Todd Haynes, excellent, excellent, really well done, worth checking out. The Velvet Underground. Um, uh, got a couple of foreign films here that I'm interested in. Bad Luck Banging, or Loony Porn. It's uh, a it's a foreign film that I haven't seen, but I've heard good things, and it sounds really fascinating. It's about a woman who makes her and her husband, they make their own porno, and then it accidentally gets out and goes viral, and she loses her job, and now and then she has to, like, her and her husband have to pick up the pieces of their broken life after they make, kind of like Zach and Miri make a porno, but like a kind of a more serious take on that. If you remember that movie from was it Jason Segel and Charlize Theron, or no, Jason Segel and Elizabeth Banks from years ago. Anyway, Coda, interesting film. I haven't seen it, but it's about a deaf family with Marley Matlin and others. Zola, I watched part of Zola. I just found it a little slow. It didn't hit as hard as I like what it tried to be, but I don't think it fully realized. Zola is based on a Twitter feed, a series of like over 100 tweets from a woman named Zola about 5 years ago, where she described this escapade where she and another woman went on a strip club adventure in Florida, and it turned into just like kind of this insane, like kind of criminal uh, slash strip club adventure. And it's on Showtime right now if you have that. Zola, worth checking out, but I wouldn't put it on my best list. I like what it tried to be. It's got a cool independent indie film vibe. Belfast, Kenneth Branagh. I've heard a lot of good things about that. I heard Belfast is really great. It's about growing up in Ireland in the 60s, while the British forces were dealing with like the Irish Republican Army, and so growing up what they call the Troubles. Passing. Parallel Mothers is from Pedro Almodovar. He's a great filmmaker. I've heard good things about that. Passing, about two light-skinned women of color who can pass as white, and with Tessa Thompson and the other actress. Her name escapes me at the moment, but turn of the century, New York City, 1900s. I've heard really good things about Passing. Spencer, about Princess Diana, also supposed to be very good. Card Counter comes from Paul Schrader. Paul Schrader, who wrote Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, one of the great screenwriters of all time. Oscar Isaac and Tiffany Haddish are in the Card Counter. This looks really good. Annette is a film that I really disliked, but it made this list. The Lost Daughter, I very much want to see at number. Oh, and Come On, Red Rocket and Lost Daughter. Come On is Joaquin Phoenix. It's supposed to be just a really heartwarming film starring Joaquin Phoenix about, I guess, an uncle's relationship with his nephew, and it's supposed to be really well done and well acted. Red Rocket is from Scott Baker, who did The Florida Project and Tangerine. We talked about Tangerine in our best Christmas films. A little bit of disagreement on that, but it's a good film. Scott Baker does a nice job of making films that show the grittier, dirtier side of life that we don't always see. Florida Project is a sad, beautiful film. The Lost Daughter, I really want to see. It's Olivia Colman, the directorial debut of Maggie Gyllenhaal. I'll watch anything Olivia Colman is in. She's so damn good. Titane won the Cannes Film Festival. It's supposed to be an insane horror movie. I've heard good things about it. I really want to see that. Listen, I don't get out to the theaters, because of COVID, and now I've missed all these movies. There's a lot I need to see. Okay, I admit it. Talking out of my ass about half this stuff because I don't go to the movies as much because of COVID. French Dispatch, really want to see that. New Wes Anderson. Let's get to the top 10. Here is the top 10. Pig. Pig is a really well done film. Super great performance from Nicolas Cage in Pig, playing this disgraced chef who's fallen from the good graces of the food world, and now he becomes a truffle hunter, and it's about him and his truffle pig. It's a great story, really well done film with great Nicolas Cage. Petite Maman, je ne sais quoi, I don't know that film. The Green Knight is a really well done film with Dev Patel, which is the story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. It's a fable, and this man has to go on a quest to reclaim his honor, and it is a dark, weird, cool story. Green Knight, worth looking up. Haven't seen, don't know The Worst Person in the World. West Side Story, that's the new Spielberg film. Great critical response. Bad box office. So disappointing. And it's like, it calls into question basically everything we're like, oh, so you have a great piece of IP. It's kind of a beloved classic remade by one of the great directors of all time. And then it just a dud at the box office. So number 5, Dune. I love Dune, and I didn't even see it in the theater. I watched it on HBO Max, same way I watched The Matrix and so many other movies. Dune is damn good. I love it. I love putting it on the list just because it's visually immersive, and it's just the sound, the score. There's a gravity and a majesty to Denis Villeneuve's Dune. Summer of Soul, Questlove's music documentary about this Harlem Music Festival. Gorgeous and beautiful, and like, I would say, make yourself a nice cocktail and put this on. It's a concert movie, but it's also got history, and it's got some real gravity to it, because it comes in a turbulent time. 1969, Vietnam War, Martin Luther King assassinated, Robert Kennedy assassinated. It's just, it captures a real turbulent time in America, and a beautiful event, the Summer of Soul, that brought out so much of the great soul music and R&B and world music of that time. Paul Thomas Anderson's Licorice Pizza, number 3. I need to see this, period. I love Paul Thomas Anderson, and I've heard a lot of good things about this. Drive My Car, I believe it's a Japanese film that I keep hearing great stuff about. I have not had the opportunity to see it. And Power of the Dog, number 1, which I thought was a really strong, powerful film from Jane Campion. Great performances. The performances from Cody Smith-McPhee, Benedict Cumberbatch, Kirsten Dunst. Worthy recipient of the number 1 spot on this list. So there you have it. Metacritic. That was their 30 best films. We just targeted a few that popped out at me, that the films that I had mentioned are films that either I have seen and I loved, or that are like, okay, I got to see this. It's on my list. I am compiling my own list of things that I need to see, either because of the track record of the director or things I've heard from people I respect, and all the movies that I dog-eared there, except Annette. Hate watch Annette if you want. I thought that was, I did not care for that movie. But everything else on that list, I either recommend, or I'm telling you, I got to see it. So you see it too, and then we'll talk about it later. Great. Folks, it is 12:36. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me today, chilling on the Your Pal Hal show. Bob said hi. Bob, what is up? Kobe said, do I like Medea? I think Medea is a very funny character. I'm not a huge fan of the Medea movies, but I I like Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry was in the movie that I was talking about earlier, Don't Look Up, and he's got a very funny part in it. I really like the chemistry between him and Kate Blanchett in that movie. Do I like? But yeah, I haven't seen a ton of Medea, but Medea's funny. Like Medea's crazy. That's a good time. Uh, all right, so now at 12:37, it is time for our segment Wrong Answers Only. Wrong Answers Only. So earlier today, I asked Twitter for the name of the next COVID variant, and I said, wrong answers only, please. And Twitter responded. We've got over 100 responses. And now I'm going to read some of the responses from our friends on Twitter. Thank you, everybody in the Twitterverse that responded. This is wrong answers only. And let's jump in. First off, our pal, Rob Schaefer, chimed in with listen, this you could use this answer for so many different things, like just change it slightly. But Rob Schaefer chimed in with COVID 2 Electric Boogaloo. Love it, loving it. Ruben R. Diaz, the next uh, the next variant will only be stopped by getting a lot of sunlight, forcing us all to lock out. We'll all jokingly refer to this variant and go outside as a prison called the Sun Chamber. Dennis will be a legend, so will Coke and Popsicles. That is a reference to my appearance on the show Community, the finale of season 3, from Ruben R. Diaz. Ruben, I salute you. Next up, Omenards. Omenards. Okay, I see what you did there, and I like it. There's a picture of a WWE wrestler getting hit in the junk. That comes to us from Nacho on Twitter. Very nice, very nice. Oh my nards. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep scrolling. Let's keep going. The pi variant, which is usually 3.147 times as infectious and also makes you unusually hungry. I like what you did there. I like it. Omicron pi, Delta pi, very good. Orson Unwells. That's great. Not Orson Welles. Orson, oh, I'm feeling a little bit unwells. No Way Home. No Way Home. I mean, well, we'll see if it does the same box office as Spider-Man No Way Home. But yes, the next variant will be called No Way Home. Very good. Very good. Matthew Shellman. Patrick Schumacher with Orson Unwells. Again, we are walking through our hashtag, our question. What will the next variant be called? Wrong answers only. Wrong answers only. Okay. Delta Plus rewards program. That's great. That's great. Delta Plus rewards program comes to us from Sydney Ash. Thank you, Sydney. Nicely done. COVID pie, only wrong because of the way it's spelt. Okay, there you go. Brian Guest says air poop. Air poop. Nice. Yeah, that's it. It's pretty poopy. COVID is it's a poopy deal, isn't it? Jamie at Digital Jamie, COVID resurrections. Nice. I like the pop culture oriented ones. We got some Matrix, we got some Spider-Man in there. Very nice. Ripped from today's headlines, ripped from today's box office. Next up, Catholic counselor CP, Corvid 19. I don't know what that means, but what does that mean, Travis? Are you there? What's Corvid 19?
As one cause outside my garage, corvid is the scientific classification of crows and ravens.
Mm.
Yeah.
Travis. Oh my God! A raven just flew in the room. Ah 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 ah!
That would be a corvid.
Ah ah! Travis.
Yes.
Ah ah!
Oh, I see now. Sorry, it was so little. I was distracted by the crow outside. I see. See, it's already happening. You're patient zero.
Ah ah! Do you like my crow noise?
Yeah, I like your crow noise. It's really good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Travis.
Oh no, you got it.
All right, let's go back to the list.
All right. Go.
Wrong answers only. Wrong answers only. Dwight, in honor of requesting a new plague. Is that what Dwight from The Office did? That's from Chris Royer. Rolando Navarrete set another COVID Resurrections. Very cool. McLovin has a good one. Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire. I mean, that's just well placed. That gives chef's kiss because the movie Precious, a powerful movie. Great performances from Monique and Gabourey Sidibe, but the name the name's a mouthful and thus very memorable. And I really liked the deft hand of McLovin on that one. Roll Tap, says Kobe. Very nice. Oh, Roll Tide, Roll Tide. Maybe the next name of the variant will be the Crimson Tide. Name of the next variant. Damian Pickett says the Loki variant. I mean, it is a bit of a trickster, this COVID. It's a very tricky trickster. Oh my goodness. WS champ Chris Strickland says the name of the next COVID variant, Hal. You know, that would be a blessing and a curse if the next COVID variant had my name. I don't know if I'd want that. I don't know if I'd want that. Also, shout out this question for what the next COVID variant is. I believe this came to us from my friend Mark Leonard. I believe the suggestion came from Mark Leonard, so shout out to Mark. Next up, this one takes me back to the early 2000s. The Chingy variant from hip hop star from the early 2000s, Chingy. There he is with Snoop Dogg. I remember Chingy. I don't remember what Chingy's song was. So yeah, let's look up Chingy. Yeah, Chingy, American rapper. What's Chingy's big hit? Oh, right there. I like it when you do that right there, right there. I like it when you do that right there. Yeah. I like it when you do that right there. I like it when you do that right there, right there. Right there, the remix. Very nice. All right, let's go back to our list. What else? Okay. Oh wow. Shout out to Kobe in Alabama. Someone suggested Tyler Perry presents COVID-19 Medea variant. Bam, bam, bam. Sometimes the world comes together to perform it's just a perfect union. Or as my wife calls it, when like she comes downstairs and like or I come downstairs in an outfit that matches, or like she has an outfit that matches, it's a merchandising miracle. There you go. A merchandising miracle. Mark Leonard, who I believe was responsible for this question, what is the name of the next COVID variant? Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch. I dig it. I dig it. Yummy. And then John Roberts responds to him, the Cooler Ranch. Okay. Sure. Ryan Case, who is a friend and a great director, says Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang, which is a Chris Rock movie written by Louis C.K. Pootie Tang. Very nice. Stephen Bogan. COVID, the variant. So nice, they had to name it twice. COVID. Very good, very good. Jason Pfeffer, going off of the Greek names, Omicron, Delta, goes with Lambda. Hey, Travis, are you around?
Yes.
Have you ever seen the movie Revenge of the Nerds?
Yes.
Yeah. Very funny movie that unfortunately has some very problematic, a couple of problematic scenes in it. The fraternity that the fellas belong to in that movie, Lambda.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Right. But unfortunately, as with so many things from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, problematic. Toddy says crocodile COVID. So is that like Crocodile Dundee? And then someone responded to him, I think we should jump straight to the end of the alphabet, Omega variant, and every Trekkie feels dread. Uh-oh.
That's funny.
Is that what is that specifically referring to from Star Trek?
Oh, I've got no idea.
Oh, okay. I thought your immediate, that's funny.
No, that was just a general that's funny of like, that'd be
Trekkies.
Funny. Yeah. Trekkies.
Life. That's funny. Yeah. Some of us, a lot of people were saying that Omicron sounds like a Transformer, and here's someone saying Megatron, then Optimus Prime after that. Great, I like that. That comes from Dola Ho Ho Ho. Ronil Patel says Disney. I mean, they own everything else. True. Lil Bigfoot says Bilbo. I like that. A Tolkien fan right there. COVID Virgo presented by Virgin Mobile. I love that. That comes from Ethan McCartney. Aaron suggests not again. Yeah, I feel you, Aaron. Pharma has you from Brent Mason. Yeah, I mean, here's who's making money. Big Pharma. Big Pharma. Because they're putting the vaccines in our veins. Unicron. Is Unicron the name of a Transformer?
I don't think, not that I know of. This might be some sort of inspired by or other Japanese mecha anime that has Unicron in the name. I'm going to do a little dive on this. I'm curious.
Do a little dive. Scroll while you're at it.
Yep, Unicron, Unicron is the nope. This is a Transformer. Unicron is the all-powerful, unstoppable destroyer of worlds and the brother of the creator god Primus, whereas Primus represents the god of the Transformers. I'm done reading this.
There you go. Very cool. All right, let's check out a couple more of these. It's 12:50 here, 3:50 on the East Coast, 12:50 in the home office in Southern California, and 2:50 in Omaha, Nebraska. COVID tree fitty. I like that. Pluperfect variant. Oh my God. I just had a flashback to conjugating French verbs. Pluperfect. Very nice. Homer variant, so anyone who gets it can exclaim, dope. That'd be funny. If you got Homer, if you got the Homer variant, and then there's one expression, dope. Pork Chop Express. Shout out to Big Trouble in Little China, John Carpenter and Kurt Russell. Very nice. Oh, here's a good one that took what we were talking about with Spider-Man and also the Keanu Reeves Matrix. No Way Homicron. I like that.
Yeah.
Rodimus Prime. Okay. There we go. COVID-2 Tokyo Drift. Bam, I like that. I'm
good.
feeling that. Co-COVID puffs. Co-COVID puffs. Nicely done. Persei 8. What am I?
Persei 8.
What is that?
It's a Futurama bit. Omicron Persei 8 was the home of that one alien species that kept on. There was like a recurring kind of antagonist.
Gotcha.
Oh, God.
Very nice. So many of these. I want to thank everybody who chimed in with with our segment Wrong Answers. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Travis.
You
I want to thank everybody who chimed in and contributed to our segment Wrong Answers Only. And if there's a new COVID variant or strain, one thing's for sure, it won't have any of those names because those were wrong answers. Say it with me. Only. There you go. It is 12:53. Now it's time for our final segment of the show, rejected segments. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Hal, there's a lot of weird, wild stuff over the course of this show. You had some fun, you did some goofs, but there was some stuff that was a little questionable. And you're telling me there's there's something that didn't make it into this little dog and pony show that you had here? And I'm like, yeah, there's something that didn't make it in. And this is a rejected segment. Today's rejected segment that we didn't do, it would have been hard because I would have, I guess, had to get mobile or take my computer into the street, but still have Wi-Fi. The rejected segment is Hal Plays in Traffic. And could do that down the road, maybe. Like I could film it, but no, but it's a rejected segment. So, hey, Travis.
Yes.
Travis.
Sorry, finger slip.
That's all right. I know the other day, I think at least once, I started doing the rejected segment by accident.
Yeah, that's been a pattern, and I just want to state at the top, let's not.
Okay, no, I'm just saying that I'm not going to make that same mistake because I'm hardwired in here, and I can't do it for the show. But maybe I'll just will after the show go play in traffic.
No, I mean, if we already rejected it, that's the whole point. We don't have to go do it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to do it. That's our rejected segment, Hal Plays in Traffic. I am not going to go out and play with my toys in the middle of the street. And you know what, folks? That takes us to the end of the Your Pal Hal show here on Backchannel. I've had so much fun today chatting with y'all and talking about news, pop culture, and goofing around. I want to thank everybody who hung out with us today. And thank you to people who are all vocal in the chat. Thanks to Kobe. Thanks to Rob Schaefer, as always, and everybody else who chimed in. I want to thank everybody at Backchannel for hosting us and having us. I want to thank producer Travis for holding it down, being large and in charge. And remember, folks, we are here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that is on the West Coast. And from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the East Coast, 1 to 3 in Omaha, Nebraska. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Until then, be safe, be well.